Hello friends, welcome back to Wisdom and Compassion Community. Today we're talking about something we all experience sooner or later, sadness, and how to make peace with it and comfort ourselves when it comes. Have you ever felt guilty for feeling sad or told yourself to just get over it? In a world that praises positivity, we often think sadness is something to avoid or suppress. But what if embracing our sadness could actually help us heal? In this video, we'll explore why feeling sad is nothing to be ashamed of and share practical tips for comforting yourself in tough times. Stay with me, because by the end, you might see your sadness in a whole new light. Let me start with a quick story. I read about a teenage athlete who injured his hand and was told he couldn't play for the rest of the season. In the car afterward, he broke down sobbing, deep heaving cries, fully feeling his sadness. His parent worried he might sink into despair, but a remarkable thing happened. After allowing himself to grieve, he gradually picked himself up. He still went to team practices, cheered on his teammates, and even helped as an assistant coach from the sidelines. In other words, because he allowed himself to feel and process that sadness, he was able to move through it and adapt. This story shows that sadness itself isn't the enemy. Avoiding it is. Sadness is likely no stranger to any of us. It's a normal human emotion, usually arising when we face a loss, a big change, or a disconnect from something or someone we care about. And note, feeling sad is not the same as clinical depression, which is more intense and persistent. If you suspect that you are having clinical depression, consider seeking professional help. The truth is, feeling sad is not a problem in itself. What can become a problem is how we respond to our sadness. Many of us try to push it down or pretend it's not there. We might plaster on a smile or distract ourselves endlessly because we think that's the only way to cope. Unfortunately, constantly avoiding or suppressing sadness can backfire. Psychologists say that unprocessed emotions like sadness don't just disappear. They linger and can cause unintended problems if we ignore them. One expert even likens sadness to food that needs to be digested. If we don't digest our sad feelings, they just sit there and cause discomfort. Suppressed sadness might show up later as anxiety or even physical aches. In contrast, when you acknowledge and allow yourself to feel sad, that emotional digestion can happen, and the sadness can finally start to move through you and release. Of course, a little distraction now and then is fine. Sometimes watching a movie or focusing on a task can give you a break. But simply bottling up feelings long-term tends to make things worse. Another thing we do that adds to our suffering is judge ourselves for feeling sad. How often have you thought something like, "I should be stronger than this," or "What's wrong with me for getting so upset?" We berate ourselves for having perfectly normal feelings. This kind of critical inner voice telling you that you're weak or unlovable because you feel sad only makes you feel worse. What if, instead, we gave ourselves permission to be sad without self-judgment? That simple shift is what making peace with sadness is all about. So what can we do then when sadness comes? Instead of fighting it or beating ourselves up, we can learn to meet and greet this difficult emotion with compassion. In the next part of the video, I'll share 6 gentle strategies to help you comfort yourself and find peace when you're feeling sad. These are practical things you can do right in those low moments to care for your mind and heart. Let's get started. Number 1, create a safe space, your anchor in the storm. The first step is to give yourself a safe space to feel your sadness. Think of your sadness like a stormy sea. Now think of finding an anchor or safe harbor so you can weather that storm. Find somewhere you feel secure and comforted when you're sad. It might be a comfortable spot at home, your bedroom, or a cozy chair with a soft blanket where you can curl up and not be disturbed. Maybe dim the lights, play gentle music, or light a candle if that soothes you. You could also seek out a calming place in nature, like a bench in a quiet park, or a favorite tree to sit under. Choosing or creating a safe, comforting environment signals to your nervous system that it's okay to relax and let your feelings flow. Some psychologists call this finding your anchor. It helps ground you. You might even wrap yourself in a warm blanket or hold a cup of hot tea to physically comfort yourself. These small things send your body the message, you are safe. If you're tied to a location, such as a job, try other tactics, such as a calming music playlist or a short mini meditation. Even fresh air can help. If you're feeling stuck or stifled, try opening a window or stepping outside for a few minutes. Let a breeze in. A short walk in the park or around the block can gently uplift you. Being mindful of your environment and changing it in small ways, like getting some air, tidying up a bit, or hugging a soft pillow, can make a surprising difference in how you feel. The idea here is to give yourself a sense of safety and comfort when you're sad, so that the sadness can be felt without overwhelming you. Once you're in a safe space, remember to breathe. Take a few slow, deep breaths. You might even close your eyes and focus on the breath. This kind of deep breathing and mindfulness helps calm your nervous system, making it easier to sit with your feelings. Think of it as finding your footing in that storm. You can't stop the storm, but you can anchor yourself until it passes. Number 2, acknowledge and name what you feel. The second strategy is acknowledgement. Basically, mindful acceptance of your emotions. Rather than running away from sadness, try turning toward it with gentle curiosity. Allow yourself to truly feel what you feel without judging it. You might literally name the emotion to yourself, say in your mind, "I'm feeling sad right now." It sounds simple, but naming your feelings can actually lessen their intensity by engaging the rational part of your mind. Psychologists note that when we notice and name our emotions, almost like a curious child examining something new, we acknowledge them and give them space. Often, sadness just needs to be seen and heard. You can even describe what your sadness feels like in your body. "My chest feels heavy," or "I have tears in my eyes." This is a form of mindfulness that validates your experience. Journaling is a fantastic way to do this. Write down exactly what you're feeling and why you think you feel that way. There's no right or wrong, just let the words flow. Writing your feelings out not only acknowledges them, it also externalizes them, which can bring relief. You might even write a letter to yourself or to the situation that's causing sadness, purely for your eyes. The page can hold your feelings so you don't have to hold them all inside. By getting specific, "I feel hurt because," or "I miss so-and-so because," you validate your own emotions. Afterward, you might notice the sadness isn't quite as heavy as it was before, because you've given it a voice. Remember, acceptance is key here. Accepting your emotions doesn't mean you like feeling sad or that it will last forever. It just means you're choosing to let that emotion be there, for now, without fighting it. One psychologist explained that acceptance is an active choice you make in the moment. Since you can't magically eliminate the sadness right now, you let it coexist with you. Instead of wasting all your energy trying to resist or deny it, you make space for it. This way, the sadness can be present without taking over your whole mind. Paradoxically, when you stop fighting your feelings, they often become easier to handle. It's like loosening a tight knot. Things start to flow, and eventually the feelings will change. Number 3, let it out. Express your sadness. Our third strategy, give yourself permission to express your sadness in healthy ways. If you need to cry, go ahead and cry. Crying is not a sign of weakness. It's a natural release. In fact, emotional tears have health benefits. They flush stress hormones out of your system and release endorphins and oxytocin, the body's feel-good chemicals. That's why we often feel relieved or lighter after a good cry. So if you feel that lump in your throat or tears welling up, find your safe space and let the tears come. It can be profoundly healing. Expressing sadness isn't just about crying. You can channel those feelings into creative or cathartic activities. For example, write a poem or write in your journal, as we mentioned, to pour out your thoughts. Or put on your favorite music, maybe a melancholy song that matches your mood, and sing along or just let the music move you. Some people find it helpful to paint or draw whatever they're feeling, even if it's just abstract colors and shapes. Others might dance in their room to release tension, or go for a run or a brisk walk. These are all healthy ways to let the emotions out. The key is to not bottle it up. Bottling up emotions over time can have negative effects. So find a safe outlet, whether it's through art, music, writing, movement, or talking to someone you trust. Get those feelings out in the open. You'll likely feel a weight off your chest afterward. One more thing on this. Sometimes even a good scream or yell into a pillow so you don't alarm the neighbors can help release pent-up sadness or frustration. That is also a form of catharsis. The point is, give yourself permission to feel and express. It's okay to say, I'm not okay right now. It's okay to shed tears. By letting it out, you're actually comforting yourself and allowing the pain to start healing. Number 4, practice self-compassion. Don't kick yourself when you're down. Our fourth strategy is self-compassion. In other words, be kind to yourself. This is so important when you're sad. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer to a good friend. Think about it. If someone you love was feeling really sad, what would you do for them? You'd listen to them, give them a hug, maybe offer comforting words like, I'm here for you. You wouldn't tell your friend, geez, get over it. Or, you're so weak for feeling this. Yet we often say cruel things like that to ourselves. It's time to change that inner voice. Psychologist Kristen Neff, a leader in self-compassion research, recommends literally asking yourself, what would I say to a dear friend who is feeling like I am right now? Then say those words to yourself. It might feel a bit strange at first, but it truly helps. Let's actually try a little self-compassion exercise together if you're comfortable. Take a deep breath, and now, either out loud or in your mind, say to yourself, it's okay. I'm having a hard time, but I will take care of myself. Or you can simply say, I'm here for you, as if you're speaking to your inner self. Imagine you are both the hurting person and the comforting friend at the same time. Did you feel that gentle warmth? Offering yourself kindness and understanding can really ease the sting of sadness. Sometimes I even hug myself. Wrapping your arms around yourself in a self-hug or placing a hand on your heart or cheek can trigger feelings of comfort. It might sound silly, but research shows supportive touch, even when we give it to ourselves, lowers stress. The bottom line, don't kick yourself when you're down. Remind yourself that it's human to feel sad, and you deserve care and comfort. No negative self-talk. Try to catch those harsh thoughts like, I am weak or I should be over this, and gently replace them with compassionate ones like, I'm doing my best and I just need time and care. Being on your own side during a sad time makes a huge difference. Number 5, soothe yourself with healthy comforts. Our 5th tip, do small things to take care of your body and mind. Basically, self-soothing activities that are healthy and comforting. When sadness weighs on you, treat yourself to a bit of gentle care. Think of how you might comfort a child who's sad. Maybe you tuck them in a warm blanket, give them something sweet like hot cocoa, or put on a calming show. Do similar things for yourself. For example, take a warm shower or bath. Not only is it relaxing, but studies suggest that the act of washing yourself can actually wash away some negative feelings of guilt or stress, giving a sense of mental relief. Or make yourself a warm drink, a cup of herbal tea, warm milk, whatever you like, and sip it slowly. The warmth can be very soothing from the inside. You could also do some gentle stretches or yoga, which can release tension. Engage your senses in comforting ways. Step outside and feel the sun or breeze on your skin. Nature can be incredibly healing in this way. A quiet walk among trees or watching clouds can give you peace. If you have a pet, spend time with them. Cuddle your cat, walk your dog. The simple presence of an animal can be very comforting. Pets are great at unconditional love. You might also find comfort in a favorite scent, like lavender, vanilla, or whatever calms you, using a candle or essential oil. Or wrap yourself in your softest blanket and put on comfy clothes. These sensory comforts help your body relax, which in turn helps your heart feel safer. Another idea, do a tiny manageable activity that gives you a spark of accomplishment or joy. I'm not talking about tackling big tasks, just something small and nice. Maybe water your plants, or bake some cookies, or reread a favorite book or movie that always soothes you. These little positive actions can remind you that there are still pleasant moments and things you can enjoy even while feeling sad. They create pockets of comfort in a hard day. The key is to choose healthy comforts that nurture you, like a warm bath or creative hobby, rather than things that might harm you. For instance, try to avoid coping in ways that could make you feel worse later. Things like drinking too much alcohol, or binge eating an entire cake every time, or shopping sprees you can't afford. Those might numb the pain for a moment, but often they lead to regret and more sadness afterward. Instead, stick to gentle, caring activities that truly comfort your body and soul. Number 6, remember your strength and connect with others. The 6th and final strategy is about perspective and connection. When we're sad, our world often shrinks and we feel very alone or helpless. So it's important to remind yourself of 2 things. You are not alone in feeling like this, and this feeling won't last forever. First, let's talk about remembering your resilience. Think back to other difficult times in your life, times you felt really down. You made it through those times. What helped you then? Maybe you discovered you're braver than you realized, or you developed patience, or you learned to seek help. Reflect on the inner strengths and qualities that have gotten you through challenges before. It could be your courage, your creativity, your perseverance, your sense of humor. Whatever it is, acknowledge it. You have overcome hardships, and you will overcome this sadness too. Reminding yourself of this can give a little boost of hope. In a way, every sadness you survive is a testament to your strength. Next, remember you're not alone. It might help to reach out to someone you trust. You don't have to go through sadness in isolation. Call or text a close friend or family member and let them know you're feeling low. Even if you don't want to talk in depth, just hearing a caring voice can comfort you. If you have no one you feel you can reach out to in the moment, consider joining an online community or support group, or even just being around people in a low-pressure way, like sitting in a cozy cafe or library where you're not interacting much, but also not completely alone. Sometimes just being in the presence of others can remind you that the world is bigger than your pain. Another powerful way to shift sadness is to engage in something that gives you meaning or connection. This might sound counterintuitive when you're down, but doing a small act of kindness for someone else can actually help your own sadness. It reminds you that you have value to give and that we're all in this together. Psychologists call this the ocean view, realizing you're part of a larger whole. For example, you could volunteer for an hour or simply help a neighbor or a friend with a task. Even attending a community event or a faith gathering, if that's your thing, can bring a sense of belonging. These actions that connect you to others or to a purpose can give you a gentle sense of meaning and hope, even while you're still a bit sad. It's a reminder that life continues and there are caring people and meaningful experiences out there when you're ready. Finally, keep in mind the big picture. Feelings are temporary. Sadness comes and goes as part of life's natural rhythm. It might feel endless when you're in it, but as the saying goes, this too shall pass. Often after we've allowed ourselves to feel and care for our sadness, we eventually notice it easing. The clouds begin to part. You might even find that having gone through sadness, you'll have a new appreciation for the times of joy, like how a rainy day makes the next sunshine feel brighter. In a way, making peace with sadness now can deepen your capacity for happiness later. It's all part of the human experience, and you are strong enough to handle it. Let's quickly recap what we've covered about comforting yourself when you're sad, and then I'll leave you with a final thought. Allow and accept your sadness. Don't suppress it, but find a safe space to feel it. Acknowledge your feelings without judgment by naming what you feel and let it be. Express your emotions. Cry if you need to. Write them out. Let the pain out in healthy ways. Treat yourself with compassion. Speak kindly to yourself as you would to a dear friend. Soothe yourself. Use healthy comforts like a warm bath, a walk, or a comforting routine to calm your body and mind. And remember, you're not alone. Recall your past resilience and reach out for support or connection when you need it. One more important note. If you find that your sadness is overwhelming, very persistent, or making it hard to function in daily life, please consider reaching out to a mental health professional. There's absolutely no shame in getting help. Sometimes sadness can be a sign of depression or another issue that a counselor or therapist can help you with. You don't have to struggle alone. Help is available if you need it. In the end, remember that sadness is a part of life, but it doesn't have to control your life. When we make peace with sadness, by accepting it, caring for ourselves, and letting it pass in its own time, we often discover a new sense of strength and peace on the other side. As hard as it is to believe, when you're in it, sadness will soften and lift. You are not broken for feeling this way. You are human, and you are stronger than you know. By treating yourself with compassion during dark times, you're actually cultivating wisdom and resilience. I truly hope these tips help bring you comfort the next time you're feeling sad. If you found this video helpful or think it might help someone you know, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Let's spread a little more compassion in the world. I'd love to hear from you. What do you do to comfort yourself when you're sad? Leave a comment below and share your experience or any tips you have. We can all learn from each other in this community. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to join our wisdom and compassion community if you haven't already. We have plenty more content on emotional wellness and personal growth coming up, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Thank you so much for watching and for taking this time for yourself. Be gentle with yourself, stay hopeful, and remember, after every storm, the sun does come out again. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.